What's going on YouTube? Shelby here. Gonna do another review here. This is gonna be on my most recent purchase. I've had this marker for 9 months now. It is my main marker that I use most of the time. Let's see if you guys can guess what it is as I'm putting it together. This one is kind of unique. You don't see it very often. It's not super rare, but super underrated for what it is. It came out underneath a brand that wasn't really well known for good quality products at the time. But it was from a brand that has, probably saw it right there, some good background with the company back in the day. Well, I wouldn't say good, but that's been in paintball for a really long time. And this marker is JT Impulse. Yeah. It's kind of backstory on the Impulse and how I came to it. My marker before this one, I had a E-Tech 4. I love my E-Tech 4. It's a workhorse, but it doesn't have the bells and whistles of a Ego. So I was looking to upgrade to an Ego. I was in the market for an Ego. I'm gonna hold the gun here. And I was looking around for an Ego, and I really wanted like an Ego 10 or Ego 9. Even though I know the E-Tech 4 is kind of closer to the 8 and 9, but I was still kind of wanting the bells and whistles that an Ego comes with. So I was looking around. I had a budget about $200 to $300. As you know, I have a house and a car and a kid, so I tried to get my best bang for my buck. And I was looking around, and I really couldn't find a good deal. Or if I was on eBay or on the forums on the Facebook, my bad, like a paintball page, buy, sell, trade, I'd get outbid or somebody get it before me, stuff like that. And I was on eBay and I found one for a really good price, and I almost had it. I think I had only 18 minutes ago, and the price went way up, and I was just like, nah. It was an Ego 10, and it was pretty minty. So I was kind of down in the dumps. I was looking at other ones, and then I came across this, and I remember these. This is JT Impulse, and I remember them being compared to an Ego 11 or LV, kind of in between Ego 11 and LV1 for shot quality. Shot quality, like how the shot feels. By any means, it's not an LV1, but I will say it's better than the Ego 11. I said it. Yep, I said it. It's better than the Ego 11. My best friend had an Ego 11 and let me use it for a week before, looking for a gun. And I maintained it for him because he doesn't really play paintball anymore. So I've shot Ego 11 quite a bit. His Ego 11 is great. He wouldn't sell it to me, which sucks. But I really like the Ego 11. But this one right here, shot quality is just better. The ergonomics are better. So a little bit about it. This is JT Impulse. This came out in 2013. They had a few different runs of it. I'm not sure which run this one is, but they came out for about $1,000. It was a high-end gun, and they didn't sell that great. And I think, and probably a lot of people agree with me, it probably has to do with the JT branding behind it, even though Key owned it. But these guns are super underrated. Super underrated for what they are. You can pick these up now for I think about 300, maybe 400 bucks used. Not used, sorry, new on A&S Gear, and they have some pretty cool anodizing. You can definitely pick these up for steel used for anywhere between $200 to $300. I picked this one up on the freaking steel. I got it for a little over $200. It's just a great buy. It's super underrated. No one thinks to buying them, or they just don't think to pick them up because they're like, oh, JT sucks. They make those budget baller guns. But this gun's great. Just a little bit of features about it. It comes with a 2-piece barrel. The barrel's pretty good. It's a little bit bigger bore for today, but it does the job. I use my Deadly Winds carbon fiber on it rather than this barrel, but the barrel's not terrible. Even though Keys owns them, they own the Freak version. They own the Freak barrel system. Why couldn't they put sleeves in there? A lot of people thought they were going to do it, but it never happened. So unfortunately, even though it's a 2-piece barrel, you can't change out the backs, or you can't put inserts in. Unless you get them honed for inserts, then you can do that. But yeah, it comes with a 2-piece barrel, a locking feed neck that is adjustable, so you can twist it to adjust it, and you also can fine tune it with an Allen right there. Comes with a lever on-off ASA. Nothing too crazy there. OLED screen in the back that's similar to the Lux at the time. And what else? Oh yeah, and a balanced valve. Yeah, balanced valve. So this gun, the shot quality, it is a little loud. I wouldn't say as loud as my E-Tech 4 by any means, but it's, you know, it sounds like an Ego. It's a little loud, but how it feels on the hand when you're shooting it, it's very crisp, especially when it's tuned. When I have this shooting like 280 and it's tuned, man, it's great. Way better than the Eagle when it comes to shot quality. It's smooth for a poppet valve. I'll say that. And I like poppet guns just because they don't require much maintenance. You kind of just play with them, throw them in the bag, and pull them out, and they're good to go next time. It does come with like an air cushion bolt, which is really nice, right there. It's got plenty of O-rings. Super efficient. They say you can get about 13 pods off at 12 to 13. Not how sure that is, but I pretty much go all day with only filling up about once or twice. You know, it does really good with that. Yeah. It does have eyes, of course. Nothing too crazy about that. The gun does have an awesome, kind of like a Dye UL frame feel, like a palm swell. It's definitely comfortable in the hand. Gun's super light. It's the lightest gun I have. And the trigger is pretty cool. It's not a bad trigger. It's just a trigger. It's a good trigger. No side-to-side play whatsoever. It is a little confusing to adjust it. Does have 4 ways of adjusting it, so it can get a little confusing. This was definitely the most complex trigger I ever had, but once it's set up there, it's super easy to walk, super smooth, no side-to-side play. Yeah, it's just pretty good. LPR, of course. The reg, this is one thing I don't like about it. The reg, you do need some snap pliers to get in there. Once you get the snap ring off, it's not too bad. Just be careful not to scratch it. Get a good pair of snap ring pliers. Then it comes all apart and it's easy to maintain. Then I have these soft tip pliers. You can use regular ones, but you might gnar it up a little bit or gouge it. Gouge. To take it apart so you can lube the internals of it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I use this all the time. Parts can kind of be hard to find these. You can contact Key, and they should be able to take care of you, from my understanding. I haven't had any problems with this gun, knock on wood. She's great, super reliable, easy to maintain. Yeah, about it. It's a good gun to use, so why not? Oh, about the board real quick. The bore is pretty adjustable, just at the time, just like any high-end gun at the time. You know, you can fine-tune each firing mode. It has semi, so uncapped semi, cap semi, PSP, NXL, ramping, and training mode. So the ramping, I guess you can more fine-tune. The PSP is set for the time. You can set it like to modern day NXL, so you can fine-tune each firing mode in it. It's got a lot of adjustability, easy to navigate, nothing too crazy. Yeah, I purchased used, evidently. But yeah, it's just a great marker. I like it. And you get, you know, if you're interested in picking up a poppet valve gun for a good price, I really recommend it. It's a great marker, super underrated. I like how the screws don't come out like that. They're in there so it doesn't cut your hand up. Yeah, I have a Exalt front grip on it to kind of give me more grips because it kind of looks slick in the front. But this one's a dust silver, and it looks great. Looks white almost. But yeah, it's just a good marker. Super underrated, you know, and a lot of people agree that have shot these. These are just really smooth for a poppet gun, and super efficient and pretty reliable. And if you do have a problem, just contact, you know, Key Action Sports. They bought all those rights and bought JT, so they should be able to take care of you. That's my main setup. I run a little bit about my setup. I run a Deadly Winds carbon fiber on it, Spire 260, Ninja 6845. So yeah, if there's any questions about this gun or anything else, just ask. Like I said, it's just pretty straightforward, just a great poppet valve gun. Probably one of the best in my opinion, other than the LV1. or some people would argue the G6R. But for the price and the bang for your buck, you can't beat the Impulse. You can't. All right, so any questions, just feel to reach out. Thank you.